when you joined the tribal council in 1970,
Yes.
you cast a deciding vote
Yes.
to not terminate.
Yes.
What was motivating you at that time? How were you viewing this?
I went to work for the Bureau of Indian Affairs when I came out of the Navy in 1962. So I worked for them for 8 years, and I got to see how the BIA was setting our people up for termination. I was the check writer. I'm the one that wrote the checks for timber sales and leases and things like that. So I got to see what they were doing. I got to see the BIA take land out of trust on Indian elders that didn't know how to read or write so they could clear their land for their horses, alfalfa, without their approval. I got to see that. So I got to see the bad part of the prepping for termination. And so I lasted 8 years and I quit. And I moved to Omak. I was living in Grand Coulee, and I moved to Omak, where the leadership of the termination movement was. And I started going around to I went to county commissioners. How come 90% of the people in your jails are my people? Are we that bad? I'd go to the school districts and I'd meet school boards and I'd say, how come we have over 99% dropout in your high schools? Are we that dumb? And I never tried to answer anything. I just questioned. I wanted them to see the negatives that was going on in the communities.
You were questioning the status quo.
Status quo. And Lucy Covington heard that what I was doing, and she asked me if I would run for tribal council.
She was on the council at the time?
She was on the council.
And she became something of a mentor to you?
Oh, she was my hero. She almost single-handedly saved our tribe. I'm just lucky enough that I got to hang on to her apron strings and follow her and take her orders, and she got me on the tribal council. The very first motion she let me make as a new councilman on our first day, I was just sworn in, and I got to make my first motion, and that was to remove that BIA superintendent that was sent there to terminate us. And that passed 7-6. So, and then the second motion of that council was to oppose termination, and that was in July of 1970.
You can check out the rest of the show by clicking on the link below or by watching Inside Olympia Thursday evenings at 7 and 10.